Weatherman, don't tell me lies, I know it's all a big surprise. It's a hocus pocus magic that you do.
Welcome to WEITV, another weekly weather broadcast. I'm meteorologist David Knollhoff, and we are broadcasting on Frequency YouTube, sponsored by Westward Environmental. Taking a look at our weather map, it's been a busy week. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the details. A ridge of high pressure, called a bubble, sometimes referred to as a ring of fire. Earlier last week we thought that ring of fire was going to extend up into the northern part of the Texas, but it really centered on the Texas Hill Country, unfortunately, for a good portion of last week. A lot of showers around the periphery and thunderstorms around the periphery of this ring of fire. We even had some isolated showers and thunderstorms along the coast with a sea breeze front. And then finally, this high pressure system moved out of central Texas, and the whole bubble moved out, and that allowed a weak upper level disturbance to center over the central part of Texas, bring in some more moisture along with a front, and that all came out as rainfall. So we had 1 to 4 inches of rainfall in a good portion of central and eastern portions of the hill country along the I-35 corridor, places like Austin, northwest of Austin, west of Georgetown, down around Vernon. 3 to 4 inches of rainfall. Some places even had isolated 5-inch rains. Now farther off to the east, across central portions of the hill country, only about 1 inch of rainfall fell, and then again that was about the Wednesday, Thursday time frame and into Thursday evening and Friday morning. Unfortunately, it is pretty dry out far west portion of the Texas Hill Country. High temperatures were in the 90s and lows were in the 70s. So an active week, the question becomes now, are we really in the doldrums of summer, and what are we going to expect over this weekend into the next coming week? So really, how dry are we going to be this weekend into next week? Well, at least for the Friday time frame today in through to tonight, the front is going to slide to the southeast ever so slowly. An upper level wave is going to pick up an upper level wave, which is going to work across the Gulf of Mexico into the southern portion, southeast portions of Texas, and then on to Louisiana Friday, Saturday time frame, which is going to translate to quite a bit of rainfall far south of the Texas Hill Country. And with that disturbance as it's sliding south, we still are going to see some rains today into tonight, and possibly even Saturday morning, depending on where you're at in Texas Hill Country. But in general, rainfall amounts are not going to be overly impressive like they were yesterday, unfortunately. And what's going to transition is a bubble of high pressure is going to come back in, that ring of fire, that ugly thing we don't like to talk about, but it's very typical for Texas Hill Country in the summertime. And what that translates to is the moisture goes around the edge of the bubble, up along the dry front in western part of Texas, and then it gets captured up into the westerly flows, and showers and thunderstorms occur all around that bubble, and unfortunately we stay dry. So this weekend into next week, mainly looking dry, and high temperatures are going to be in the 90s and even the 100-degree mark. We're going to see a lot of 100-degree marks in the southwestern portion of the Texas Hill Country and into the Rio Grande Valley and parts of deep South Texas. So be careful. I wouldn't be surprised towards the middle to the end of next week we're going to start to see heat advisories over a good portion of the Texas Hill Country. Again, lots of sunshine, lots of dry weather. So if you're outside, take water with you and be cautious. Take a lot of sun lotion too. And just take it easy and have a siesta. Alright, so that's what the weather pattern looks like, and we hope you have a great week. Stay tuned to WEITV. And also we've got Donnie Mitchell coming, and he's going to give us a few tips on how to look busy at work.
Hey everybody out there in the YouTube community, the YouTube URL, the YouTube homepage, this is Donnie Mitchell, and I'm coming at you with some super awesome tips today to keep you and your job safe. It's called Looking Busy at Work. Donnie is the master disguised mastermind of always looking busy at work and getting nothing done while looking like he's getting so much done. Now, first tip I want to talk to you about is when you're talking with one of your co-workers, you're talking about that funny YouTube video you saw or something you did over the weekend, and your boss walks up. Immediately at that point, you'll want to switch the subject over to a work-related subject and pretend like y'all are ending the conversation right there and go your separate ways. Watch this. So, the other day, man, I was on this YouTube channel,
Right.
and there was this one cat dancing with a dog. It was. And I'll have you that report as soon as I can. I'm rechecking the numbers, and everything will be great.
I expect that today.
Oh, okay. Yes. My next tip I got right here is when somebody walks up, if you might be taking a nap at your desk or whatnot, and they start walking up, immediately you won't have anything in your vicinity to grab, or you really won't know what's going on. And the simplest, most easy thing to do is just immediately field a call. Right when somebody walks up to you, you just grab the phone and say, I gotta take this. Watch this.
Hey, Donnie. Hey, can you help me out with this?
I gotta take this phone call real fast. Hold on, I'll get right back to you.
Man, he's busy.
Another thing I like to do to keep myself looking real busy and not take any of those hard jobs, as we like to call them, is walk around at exceedingly fast pace with a bunch of papers in my hand around the office. When anyone interrupts you, say, I gotta get this out, I gotta get this out, and speaking a bunch of garbled and nonsense, and they won't want to deal with it. And just keep on walking. I do a few laps every few hours around the office, and it keeps me and my workload very low.
Hey, Donnie, can you help me out with this
No, I
project?
got a bunch of stuff I got to do. This thing, if I don't get it out tomorrow, then it won't even go in today. So I just got to do this right now, and I'll be back.
Man, he looks busy.
All right, you're good.
My next and final tip, it'll keep you real busy and no one will really ever mess with you, especially if they're looking from afar, is when you're on your computer. If you ever hear somebody coming up behind you, just get on your computer, open up a few windows, minimize and maximize. It'll look like something's going on, and usually I like to put my hand on the keyboard and make a noise so they think I'm typing and getting a bunch of work done. This keeps your boss away for at least a few days.
Oh, man, he's so busy.
Either way, take those tips with you and be sure to use them at any point where you want to do something else besides build work. And for all the people out there, have a great weekend. May your pool be filled with clean water and your gasoline tank always be filled with 92 premium. And be sure not to get any work done.
Does that Donnie Mitchell have the ranger's dragon tail? It was quite strange. I hear there are tornadoes on the lake. When you set it up to rain, I know that is just a game.